actual jury.
I do want to mention one other quick thing. They can't find witness number 3 still.
Yes.
Apparently, an ex-girlfriend of Diddy's, who was one of the alleged victims,
And
prosecution can't find her.
Right, her.
Today, in a New York federal courtroom, Shawn Diddy Combs told the judge he was, quote, a little nervous. The Racketeering criminal trial began this morning. He is trafficking, racketeering, and...
Let's lift the veil on Shawn Diddy's notorious kickoff gatherings. Events so secretive and exclusive, they've sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Far from the glitzy soirees flaunted on magazine covers or Instagram stories, these affairs operated in the shadows, behind the grand facades of sprawling estates and behind closed doors of high-end hotels. A much darker and more disturbing story emerges. These weren't just parties. They were carefully choreographed productions, where every element seemed intentional and every guest appeared to serve a purpose, whether by choice or by coercion.
Attorney is trying to find her, and her attorney has said that she may not be willing to come and testify anyway. So,
According to investigators and individuals who have come forward, Diddy's gatherings weren't just lavish parties. They were highly coordinated operations, run with the precision of a military exercise. His team reportedly prepared the venues down to the smallest detail, stocking them with what many have described as an excessive and deeply unsettling amount of personal products during federal raids on his Miami and Los Angeles homes earlier. This year, authorities confiscated over 1,000 bottles of lubricants and oils. It raises a chilling question. What kind of event could possibly require such quantities? These so-called freak-offs weren't spontaneous nights of hedonism. They were premeditated, managed, and executed with a disturbing level of efficiency. There were even reports of IV fluid deliveries, allegedly to help guests recover from the excesses of the night before. The picture that emerges isn't just one of excess, but of an environment bordering on dystopian decadence. And then there's the guest list. These weren't unknown partygoers or aspiring influencers. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood, professional sports, and the music industry found themselves within Diddy's circle. Will Smith, for instance, has been repeatedly linked to Diddy's social events, though he has consistently denied participating in the more intimate and controversial aspects of these gatherings. The rumors have persisted. At a recent event, Smith addressed the speculation with a mix of humor and irritation, saying, "I don't even like baby oil," a reference to one of the more bizarre items uncovered in the investigations, but denials haven't stopped the speculation. Photos of Smith and Diddy laughing together, attending parties, sharing the spotlight, have resurfaced, raising more questions than answers about the true nature of their relationship and just how deep the connection goes.
It's my man, this is probably irreparable.
Rumors surrounding these events aren't just tabloid fodder anymore. Former attendees and even ex-employees are now coming forward, offering disturbing accounts that suggest these gatherings blurred the lines between consent and coercion. Some individuals say they were invited under the guise of professional networking or career opportunity, only to find themselves in deeply uncomfortable and inescapable situations once inside. One former staffer, now a central figure in the federal investigation, has provided chilling insight into how meticulously these events were orchestrated. According to their account, travel arrangements for guests were handled in advance. Accommodations were pre-booked, and specific items, including custom lighting, linens, and other supplies, were delivered ahead of time. Every detail was accounted for. Every element was controlled. And at the center of that control was Diddy. But perhaps the most unsettling development revolves around victim 3, a key witness in the federal case, who has now become a mystery herself. This individual was reportedly prepared to shed her pseudonym and testify publicly under her real name, a move that underscored the gravity of her allegations. Prosecutors had been counting on her testimony, which they described as potentially explosive. Neither victim, 3 nor her attorney can be located, and federal prosecutors have admitted they're struggling to re-establish contact. Her sudden disappearance has raised a wave of unsettling questions. Was she intimidated into silence? Did she vanish out of fear? Or is something even more sinister happening behind the scenes?
The defense wanted to propose a question on, after the potential jurors filled out their questionnaire, have they seen any news media, any documentaries, anything just relating to a news medium, and whether or not they saw it in between them filling out the questionnaire to Monday morning when they saw, or when they go to jury selection. So essentially,
The timing of victim 3's disappearance is especially troubling, made even more suspicious when viewed against the backdrop of Diddy's long-standing reputation for allegedly using wealth and influence as shields. Multiple lawsuits filed against him over the years outline a disturbing pattern of intimidation and retaliation. One former employee alleged that Diddy frequently used menacing language to enforce loyalty, reportedly warning staff, "You don't cross me, ever." Another accuser claimed her career was abruptly derailed after she rejected his advances, saying she was blacklisted from the industry before she ever had a chance to. The secretive nature of these gatherings makes it difficult to separate rumor from reality. Some former attendees have likened them to underground societies, complete with unspoken hierarchies and implied expectations. Those in the know understood the rules. Outsiders, however, were left to navigate a space that could quickly turn hostile. One guest recalled feeling cornered, saying that leaving early wasn't a real option without attracting unwanted attention. Another described how all cell phones were confiscated at